Now in this we are going to check out a new chapter, that is producers equilibrium. Children, do remember this chapter is not very big but then consists of 6 to 9 marks. Okay, so very important chapter, just pay attention on this. Now if I say producers equilibrium, what that means? First and foremost we have to understand who are the producers. Producers are the one who produces the product, or you can say commodity. Now when they will be in equilibrium, they will be in equilibrium when the market price, okay, is acceptable to them and they are ready to supply the particular quantity, or you can say where the supply of the quantity matches up the price to the satisfactory level. At that point producer is in equilibrium. Okay, now first and foremost we will understand what is firm. So a firm is defined as an economic entity which employs factors of production to produce commodities that it sells to other people. Now who are the firms? They are defined as what? Economic entity. Economic entity means the one who give you money, the one who earns money for you. But how? Which employs factors of production. By employing what? All the factors of production. Now why they do employ factors of production? To produce commodity. Okay, and after production that is being sold in the market to a consumer. Okay, now meaning of producers equilibrium. A firm is in equilibrium when given demand and cost condition. Now what do you mean by cost condition? That means the cost which is being incurred for the production of a product. Okay, it produces that level of output at which the profit is maximized. A firm is said to be in equilibrium when it selects a particular level of output at which it would like to stay or rest. There is no incentives for it to increase or decrease output from that level. Okay, now a firm is in equilibrium where it will rest. That means now they will not produce more, they have ample. Now this is the level of output which they want to give in the market. Okay, and at that particular price. Fine, so what they did, they stay at that particular price and that level of commodity which is to be supplied in the market. Fine, so now there is no point, that means neither they can increase at any cost, price and commodity both, nor they can decrease. Okay, so that is what it is, producers equilibrium. Now definition of profit. Profit are defined as the difference between the revenue that the firm earns from selling its output and the cost of producing that output. That is, P is what? Equals to TR minus TC. Okay, so do remember TR minus TC. TR is what? Total revenue. That means total amount which you have earned after selling a product. Now what you will reduce from that? You will reduce the cost of the product. Okay, so here if you'll see the sign of pi, what is the sign of pi? That denotes P. P means profit. Okay, now next is normal profit. What is normal profit? Normal profits are defined as that amount of profit that are high enough so that the firm in the industry are induced to remain in the industry. Okay, yet low enough so that new firm do not want to enter the industry. Fine, so normal profit you can say is the minimum amount of profit which a seller must get. Okay, now this is the current price which is going on in the market. So it is so high that okay, the current producers at least they want to be in the market, keep on producing and supplying the product, but then the new producers will not enter in the market. Why? Because they will not find any profit in producing. Okay, so that is normal profit. Okay, that amount at which the current producer will like to stay in the market and no new producer will enter in the market because they will not find any fruitful in that. Am I clear? Now to explain the producers equilibrium, we have different approaches. Okay, now first in a row which I am going to explain you is TRTC approach under perfect competition. Okay, now what we are going to see in that TRTC approach under perfect competition. A firm attains the stage of equilibrium when it maximizes its profit. That is, when it maximizes the difference between TR and TC. That is what we have studied. What is profit? That is the difference between the TR and TC. After reaching such a position, there will be no incentives. No incentives means neither now they can increase nor they can decrease the output, and the producer will be said to be in equilibrium. That means profit is gained, normal profit. Okay, TR minus TC. According to TR-TC approach, producer's equilibrium refers to the output level at which the difference between TR and TC is positively maximized and total profit falls as more units of output are produced. Okay. Now that is what TR-TC approach, what it says, that is producer's equilibrium is what? Is the level of output which is being produced at, and what is that? That is the difference between TR and TC. That is always we consider as a positive one, that is maximized, positively maximized, and total profit falls. Why? Because my output is increasing. When I am increasing my output, when I am producing more and more product, what will happen? My cost will increase. Fine. So my profit will fall. That is what we have studied in law of variable proportion, right? Fine. So first and foremost, to be in equilibrium in case of TR-TC approach, there should be two conditions which should be satisfied. First, the difference between TR and TC is positively maximized. Fine. Then total profit falls after that level of output. That means once it is to the maximum, that means the position where the producer will rest. After that, what will happen? After that, my profit will fall. Okay. The first condition is an essential condition, but it must be supplemented with the second condition. Now first condition, that means profit should be there. So that is essential condition, no doubt, otherwise we are in loss. Fine. So that is what? First condition is an essential condition and it should be followed by the second condition. Okay. So both the conditions are necessary to attain the producer's equilibrium. Fine. Producer's equilibrium. When price remains constant, what is that? That is same at all output level. Each producer aims to produce that level of output at which he can earn maximum profit. That means when difference between TR and TC is what? Maximum. See, you can check out the table over here. Fine, this is a schedule. The maximum profit of 9 can be achieved by either producer 3 units or 4 units. Okay. So, but the producer will be at equilibrium at 4 units. Can you check out? See, what they say, 3 units and 4 units. What they are attending? Okay, they are attending a normal profit, or you can say normal price. But at the level of 4 units, the condition of the producer's equilibrium are satisfied. Fine. So, producer is earning maximum profit of rupees how much? 9. Fine. See, both the level he is achieving the same level of output, but we will always prefer the second one rather than preferring the third one. Okay. Why? Because we will check out the maximum output which can be produced. Fine. Determined at OQ level of output at which the vertical distance between the TR and TC curve is the greatest. Okay. Now what we checked out, that is TR-TC curve is the greatest. Now next is what? At this level of output, tangent to TC curve at point G is parallel to TR curve. See, this you can check with the graph which is been given in this. So it is parallel to TR curve, and the difference between both the curve which is shown by GH is maximum. Can you see? Check the graph. see there is a difference which is being shown GH. Okay, that is the maximum point. At quantities smaller or larger than OQ, such as OQ1 and OQ2 units, the tangent to the TC curve would not be parallel to TR curve. So the producer will be at equilibrium at OQ units of quantity. So where is the producer is in equilibrium? At OQ units of the quantity which is being supplied. Okay. Producer's equilibrium. When price falls with rise in the level of output, each producer aims to produce at that level of output which he can earn maximum profit. That is the difference between TR and TC is the maximum. See, this can be explained through the diagram very well. Can you see TR? TR is the straight line, slanting line, okay, moving upwards, that is denoting your total revenue. Now you can see TC. What we have studied in our previous chapter, TC will not start from the origin, right? So it will start from above. So that is what I have drawn. Can check out the diagram. It has been drawn from above. Now what it is doing? First it is cutting TR at first point. Do remember, when the TR is being cut, or you can say bisected by TC at point B, that is also a point of equilibrium. But then the other condition is not satisfied. Why? Because the producer is still not recovered his cost. Okay, at first point of equilibrium, producer has still not recovered his cost. So what he will do? He will keep on producing so that he can recover his cost. Fine. You can see how I understood that he has not recovered his cost. Just check out the total cost. It is above TR. Okay, that means my TC is greater than TR. So what was the condition? My TR should be greater, right? Then only I will get the positive profit, right? That is, then only I will get positive revenue. So what should be there? My TR should be greater. Now what I will do, what producer will do, they will keep on producing. Now they have kept on producing. Now at second point of equilibrium, again TC is cutting TR but from down. That means they are bisecting but from below. Okay. Now once the TC is bisecting TR from below, you can see the point between G and H, that is maximum point. Here my TC is less than TR, that is TR is greater than TC. Here I have received, that is producer has received a maximum profit. Now at second point of equilibrium, okay, you can mark this also with one alphabet, whatever you want, E or whatever. Now suppose it is point E. If at this point of equilibrium, if I will check out, now my total cost is again rising. So once it is rising, so what I will do? Now I will stop my production. That means the producer will stop the production. This is the point where he will rest, or you can say stay. Fine. Why? Because now he has gained maximum profit, he has recovered all his cost. Now if at all he will go on producing, he will incur loss. Okay, that means his TC will increase, total cost will increase. Am I clear? Now next approach is MRMC approach under perfect competition. Now in this, firm's profit is maximum at that level of output where revenue from the sale of an additional unit. What is marginal revenue? That is additional unit revenue, okay, is equals to cost of production, that is unit of marginal cost. Okay, this is a very general condition of profit maximization by any firm. Do remember, you can get a question, what are the conditions under which firm can maximize its profit? Two conditions, okay, that you can get off 2 marks. Now what are the two conditions? First condition is MR is equals to MC. First condition is MR equals to MC. Second condition is MC should cut MR from below, that is at equilibrium point MC should be rising. Okay, so these are the two conditions. Now if you will check out the graph, this schedule, okay, you can check out different quantities, marginal revenue and then marginal cost. You can see marginal revenue under perfect competition. We have already assumed that it is constant. Okay, so as long as the cost of producing an additional unit is less than the sale of additional unit, that is MR, the firm will go on increasing its output and MC becomes equal to MR. Okay, so what will happen, we will check out. See, we know the diagram, we remember the previous chapters. In that we have already seen that MC is been drawn is U-shaped, right? So what happens, at first my marginal cost, that is per unit cost, is more. Okay, so the producer will keep on producing, and at a point where MC is equals to MR, that is the point where the firm, or you can say the producer, has reached the equilibrium, that is the first equilibrium. Now from above table it is clear that the firm's profit is maximum at the output level of the fifth unit. Okay, because MR is higher than MC in all the preceding units. After the level of MC becomes greater than MR, which indicates that the total profit starts declining, and at the fifth level of MR equals to MC, which proves that the firm gets the maximum profit when its marginal cost is equals to marginal revenue. Do remember beta, you can check out the graph. Now here what we have stated, first and foremost, my MR is equals to AR, that means my marginal revenue is equals to average revenue. Can you see a horizontal line parallel to x-axis? That is my marginal revenue. Okay, now I said two conditions should be satisfied. First and foremost, MR should be equals to MC. Now you can see the first point, that is OQ, unit of quantity. Now if I'll check out that, there only you will see that I have producer has received a equilibrium, that is MR is equals to MC. So what the producer should do, whether he should stop producing over there? No. Why? Because yet he has not recovered the total cost, he has not enjoyed all the benefits. So what he will do, he will keep on producing. Why? Because second condition is not yet fulfilled. What was the second condition? MC should cut MR from below. So MC should cut MR from below, that is from down. So when this condition is satisfied, that means at point E this condition is satisfied. That means MC is cutting MR from below. Now above that, if you'll check out, MC is rising. Fine. So in between, can you see this U shape, the gap between MR and MC? This is the point where it is maximum profit. Okay. Now in the above figure, MC curve is lower than MR curve for all the units of output up to fifth unit. When fifth unit is produced and sold, MC curve intersects MR curve at point E, which indicates that the fifth unit MR equals to MC equals to 12. This is the state of firm's profit maximization. Okay, this is the state where firm is in maximum profit. Now if at all he will producer will produce more, so what he will do, he will incur loss. So what he will do, he will rest at this position. Am I clear? Now we will proceed with the same thing. Once we have done the same approaches under perfect competition, now we will see the same approach, that is TRTC and MRMC approach under imperfect competition. Do remember, TRTC approach under perfect competition or MRMC approach under perfect competition, at least one question you will get in your exam at any cost. Okay, either you will get TRTC approach under perfect competition or you will get MRMC approach under perfect competition. Now this time they have touched imperfect competition also. Okay, this year. So possibly they will again touch the same, that is imperfect competition only. So that is what we are going to check out, that is TRTC approach under imperfect competition first. Now what is this? Under imperfect competition, TR initially increases and eventually falls. Okay, now previously what we have done? It was a straight line, slanting line. Okay, straight line which was moving upward, right or wrong, like supply. But now here what is TR? TR is eventually, first and foremost, it is what happening? Increasing. Then what happened? Then it starts falling. However, a firm under imperfect competition will be in equilibrium at the point where producer maximizes profit. Okay, again the funda is same. That means the producer should get maximum profit at the given cost. That is comparison with the cost. Producer will be in equilibrium at point, which point? At point A1. Can you check out A1 here in the graph, where he attains the maximum profit. See the graph very well. TR, you can see first and foremost it is increasing, then it is increasing at diminishing rate, then it is constant, and it is falling. Fine. Now again TC, you can see it is not touching the origin, it will start from up. Again as usual, TC is how it is reacting. First it is concave from down, then it is concave from upwards, right? This is what we have studied. We will follow the complete concept. So what in the beginning, if you'll see my TC, that is my total cost is greater and TR is less. Okay, so that is what producer will keep on producing till he gets maximum profit. Now you can see the two tangent line that is between A1 and A. Now this is the point where the producer has received maximum profit. Now later on at another point, you can see again TC is cutting TR from below. Okay, now this is the point where producer has attained its maximum profit. Not you can say maximum profit, rather it is the point of equilibrium. Now he has enjoyed all. Now if at all he will keep on producing more, his total cost will increase. Can you see the total cost rising? Now if at all total cost increase, that means if he produce after this, that means he will incur loss. Am I clear? Now we will move on to the next one, that is producer's equilibrium under imperfect competition, that is MR-MC approach. Okay, now under imperfect competition, first and foremost AR and MR curves are downward sloping. That is what we have studied previously also. Okay, MR and AR curve is downward sloping in case of imperfect competition. Now where MR lies below AR. Okay, so this we have to remember. Under imperfect competition they both are downward sloping, but then MR is below AR. Okay, hence producer will be in equilibrium at point E1, charging a price OP and selling quantity equal to OQ. Perfectly competitive market is more efficient than imperfect competition, as under perfect competition firms sell till P equals to MC, whereas under imperfect competition firms sell till MR equals to MC. Okay, however the two conditions of equilibrium, that is MR equals to MC and MC is rising from the point of equilibrium, should be fulfilled for achieving equilibrium. Okay, conditions are same. The only thing what we will check out, that they both are slanting, MR is below. You can check out the graph very well for this. This will make you clear. You can see the both are slanting downwards, AR and MR, but MR is below AR. Okay, AR is what? Price. Fine. Now what is the condition? Can you see MC cutting MR? Okay, so wherever MC is cutting MR, that is the point of equilibrium. That means the point of intersection is the point of equilibrium. Fine. So first point only we will consider as the point of equilibrium. Other point is, that is the point which is been marked on AR is not a point of equilibrium. So this is what we will see, that MR should be equals to MC. Condition is same. Fine. The only thing is diagram is different. Now after that MR when it is intersecting MR, after that MC is increasing, that is marginal cost per unit is rising. That means now the producer will stop the production. Am I clear? Check out the diagram. Every part of the topic should be accompanied with the diagram, because these diagrams carry marks. So you have to be very careful for this. Am I clear? So this topic very small, but then chapter is small but very important topic, because lot of diagram and each and every point should be explained with a clear labeled diagram. Okay.